Hello, greetings. This is Gillesmansillon. I thought I come and say hello, wish you a good day. For we are building this momentum to this 11-11 stargates, which will assist us to remove all those old energies that we really want to get rid of, those old cycles, those old negative thought patterns, and all those things that we need to get rid of. And so it is like an athlete, when an athlete is preparing for like years or months to get for this one sport event. Is like, because of all this preparation, is so much more. He has got so much more energy to give in to the time of. So it's a bit the same. We want to prepare ourselves as much as possible to be ready for this great portal at 11:11 in the morning on the 11th of November. And the same 11:11 at night as well. There will be a great cosmic opening. So we want to be prepared for that. For understanding, the surface Earth will be restored. The human society will flourish and will bloom into this beautiful society. But for now, we're still in a time of transition, a void time. And all the catastrophe scenario that has been broadcast in the media belong to the dark scenarios of indoctrination and slavery, so we can project fear into the future so they can continue to control. So do not give in at any time to any form of catastrophic scenario. Always focus on that which will open the door to great joy and happiness that is shared as much as widely as possible. And always expect joy and freedom, for that's what we've been expecting. We always expect the next step will bring us to this total liberation, this total joy and freedom, but we find out the next step does not bring us there. There is greater joy at moment, but there is also more struggle, and that is the reason why, is because it is part of the Earth's mission plan that we're transmuting. We have accepted before we even came down here to transmute some of the energies of the 3D, of the collective of humanity. And so be patient and never give up. Know that all can change at any moment. When the spiritual energy within will reach a critical mass, everything will change from one moment to the next. Everything, it's like Kansas is going bye-bye. Yeah, it's like in the Wizard of Oz. It's just everything changes, and new perspective, a new level of reality will open up. For we want to recognize the progress, but still it is hard to find the resolution we've been looking for, and sometimes the things happen. We want to expect it, we want to prepare for it, but we also want to let go, because things happen when we least expect it. Sometimes life likes to come in when it's no longer expected. It's like in meditation, if you want to visualize this light, you want to see the light, and you don't see anything, and then all of a sudden you relax and something happened that shows up in your mind. So it's about removing the resistance and returning to a receptive state, receptive mode as much as possible. For everybody seeking to have an easy and loving life, to an easy life. So it's part of the and understanding that we cannot fail. The path has been designed right from the start, so that we move into this enlightened state at the end of the journey. So it is not, failure is not even conceivable within the divine plan. Yet it is part of the 3D experience, that sometimes we succeed in things, sometimes we fail. And I'm going to pull a few cards and discuss that ideas. That sort. The highest wisdom for us today is the healer. It's the card of my friend Cassandra. What we need to understand is surrender. What we need to do is action. And the outcome will be the paradigm shift. So it is a paradigm shift. It's the greatest paradigm shift the Earth has ever come to know in its long evolution on this planet. So the idea of failure is like the only person that never failed is somebody that has never done anything, or never done anything ambitious, or never tried to expand. For these people that stays within their comfort zone because they're afraid of failure. But you cannot achieve anything serious if you're not going to fail a few times before that. It's like we have so much more to learn from our failure than from our success. For there is success is when we want something, we achieve it. It's a great sense of fulfillment and joy and happiness, and so we should celebrate. For in my life I had many wonderful success, and a lot of failure as well. use myself as an example, but for instance, even on a painting, sometimes it's like I have an idea, it just doesn't turn out the way I want to, but with time it always comes up. But whether it is with my desire to reform my dietary regimen, or whether it is my letting go of bad habits, old habits, or whether it is sentimental or professional, there was missed opportunity, and so I feel like I'm very successful at failing, but it's like the more you never give up. There is always a way to. If you have a deep desire, it means that at some point you will master the lesson, and you will no longer be able to fail in that lesson. So it's just a matter of understanding that we're learning so much more from our failures, from our mistakes, than we have to learn from those, so that we can grow. Because the whole point of that experience is growing. When Edison created the light bulb, we had to make thousands of models before one worked, but it changed the world with this one invention. So, and it is all those thousands of failure that made it possible for him to come up with the result he was seeking. So it's been a long. The idea is to let go of self-judgment, and everything is about learning. And sometimes we have to be patient, but never give up. Also wanted to say that this whole point of process will lead us back to the angelic self. Our angelic self has always been, we come from the higher planes, and we want to return there and to become conscious and to align with this angelic, the ascended masters are angelic beings that came from the world of matter and elevated themselves. And for that we need to balance out all karmas and energies. Sometimes we're feeling an ascendant spiral of energy with like positive emotion, and sometimes we're feeling downwards spiral of energy. And I'm saying we don't want to avoid any feeling, but once we see a contrast in feeling, we mentally we can choose to not go down with the spiral. The spiral cannot go down and up in the same time. We cannot have good and bad feeling in the same time. So whenever there is we want to stop the downward spiral, the negative thought, and choose consciously to return to an upward spiral. It's going to get easier as time goes on. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I hope you'll have a wonderful ascension process on this 11-11. It will be a powerful, and 12-12 and 21-12. Those are void time. We are in between. We are in between. It is all. We are in this void space to prepare ourselves for this 2020 year that will be very essentially shifting of this paradigm shift. I was going to sing a song, but I felt like I'm not. Spirit thought I was ready, but I feel I'm not quite ready, so I'm going to wait a little bit to sing it. I'm going to sing another song. This painting behind me is a painting on. She's a funny girl, a blonde girl. It's got Gillesmansillon on top. She's got a funny look in her eyes, but I kind of like her. And this is a cosmology painting about the universe of universes, with the symbolic of paradise, the central isle of light and life, the 21 satellites of paradise, the 7 circuits of the central universe, the 2 bodies of dark gravity that protects and makes paradise invisible, and then there is the 7 super universes of time and space. Our own local universe is about here. The Milky Way is there. This is Andromeda at the center of the first super universe, and those are that we see in our super telescope. We're seeing the second level of the first level of outer space, which is super clusters of galaxies that will be inaugurated once time and space will have found completion. And so this is going counterclockwise, this is going clockwise, and then there is the beginning, the second level, that's even more monumental, is what we see at the end of the universe. But there is 2 bigger levels even after that, that's not even manifested yet, that will come, will be manifested in time. In a sense, there is a wrong beliefs in scientific I'm not criticizing, but the spirit, our galaxies, the oldest galaxies they are, because we're part of this first grouping, galactic families that were created as time and space in the original, and we believe that the faraway galaxies are the oldest, when actually they are the youngest. The farther we go out from us, where we are, which is we're closer to paradise than the outer cosmos. The farther we go out, the thicker the disk comes. The circuits of galactic circuits becomes bigger and wider. But we'll come to realize that in time. And above is the 7 families of spirit beings, with the paradise deities. and the seven mansions of paradise, with the Father, the Son, the Spirit, the existential deity, and the experiential deity, the supreme, the ultimate, the absolute, with the deity absolute, and there's the unqualified absolute and the universal absolute that balance out the personal and the non-personal aspect in creation, the seven families of spirit beings. Those can be explained in the Urantia book. They give an idea of what those things are about, the spiritual organization of the universe of universes, the Urantia book. So I'm going to sing this song. It's a song of the Cure. It goes like this. Show me how you do that trick, the one that makes me scream, she said, the one that makes me laugh, she said, and threw her arms around my neck. Show me how you do it, and I'll promise that I'll run away with you. I'll run away with you. Spinning on that dizzy edge, and I kissed her face, and I kissed her head, and I dream of all the different ways I had to make her glow. Why are you so far away, she said, why won't you ever know that I'm in love with you, that I'm in love with you. You, soft and lonely, you, lost and lonely, you, strange as angel dancing in a deepest ocean, twisting in the water, you're just like a dream, you're just like a dream. Daylight licked me into shape, I must have been asleep that day, and moving lips to breathe her name. I opened up my eyes and find myself alone, alone above the raging sea that stole the only girl I love and drowned her deep inside of me. You, soft and lonely, you, lost and lonely, you, just like heaven. Really nice song from the Cure. We pull one more card. I thank you very much for following those videos, for working on yourself, for working on this ascension process. For those videos are not essential. What's essential is that we are present with our own presence, and that we continue to follow our highest joy, our highest passion, and from there we'll be able to assist. So we had difficult cards at the end in the French reading. There's another 5 that is coming on the bottom deck. It's the 5 of Gabriel. You are able to undertake a challenge. Remove yourself from people living tragic situation. Show patience towards yourself and others. So once again, do not allow the catastrophic scenarios of the world distract you from your joy. It is all part of a scenario that has been created to keep human in bondage. When joy and freedom is accessible, when we're ready when we have achieved that ability, it's something we practice as well. And do not let yourself be distracted by failures or errors or anything. Let go of self-judgment as much as possible, for it is also what I'm working on. And the upper card is the 9, is card number 9. It's called the Revelation, the Archangel Raziel. Joy through spiritual fulfillment. Enlighten the path of someone. Find the answers to your questions through meditation. For the silence is the greatest of all prophets. Well, make silence in your mind and all the answers will flow to you. Well, thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.